There's only one thing to do.
Drop it. Yeah.
Hello, this is RobotnikIsSexy, and I have a bunch of Pokemon Showdown battles for you guys to see and watch. Now, Pokemon Showdown is going to put me in the top right corner this time, but anyway, let's get to the match. I'm going to lead off with Gengar. My opponent, Maverick Hunter X, awesome name by the way, leads with Dragonite, and this appears to be a mixed attacking 4th gen style Dragonite, which is really strange. But it's okay because Marasquee can pretty much deal with those. I'm more afraid of choice banded Dragonites, but his Dragonite is actually going to be very useful. Now, we're both going to switch out. Rotom Wash comes in, Molder the Gengar comes in. Oddly, he's going to trick me. The Scarf, but that is to tempt me to stay in, and I fall for it. Hook, line, and sinker. Really should have switched on out to Alakazam. Suspecting this, because in the back of my mind I thought this was a possible thing, but yeah, I at least know the Pursuit is coming, so I'm going to get some extra Shadow Ball damage on the Ttar, which looks like it's holding a Chople Berry, so this guy's straight out of 4th gen from the looks of it, but he plays really well. So Landorus is coming in. I'm just going to switch into my Focus Sash Alakazam, and he is scared up by the HP Ice, because, you know, the way I switched into an Earth Power like that, it pretty much broadcasts the possibility of an HP Ice. Now Ferrothorn, because Gengar is gone, he can Rapid Spin, but it's going to cost him a status. So he Rapid Spins, so they get the Sporon, and I'm just going to go for a Bullet Seed, knowing that setting up would be unwise since he has 6 healthy, not fainted pokes, and the Bullet Seed is going to do a nice amount of damage, a good 25%. Or so, with sand damage and whatnot. Now I'm going to switch into Hippodown here. Not really sure if he carries the Earthquake or not. I didn't think he did because of the way he is all 4th gen-y up in this his A. Yeah, I definitely suspected the superpower and knew that Hippodown could in fact take one. Yeah, I'm just going to leave Heatran in as it dies. I was not expecting the extreme speed, but perhaps I should have, because 4th gen D-Knight carries extreme speed, I guess. So I definitely probably should have saved Heatran for later and Death Fodder Alakazam, but it's okay. Mr. Paul is going to get a free switch in. I know that he's not going to want to stay in, so I go for the Icicle Crash, which combined with Sandstorm damage is going to annihilate Rotom, and then I can just Earthquake away his Ttar. Now he's going to play an interesting game of bait and switch, which I fall for a couple turns, as he baits me to Ice Beam, and then he switches into guys who can take it, like Heatran and Ferrothorn, or Ice Shard, I should say. And yeah, it's really working out for him, because these, gosh, what is it, 4 turns of, well, there are 2 Earthquakes on Ferrothorn were things that pretty much had to happen, but there are like 1 or 2 extra turns of Life Orb recoil that are actually going to factor into this match. But pretty much his team is very Mamoswine weak, and stalling me out with Life Orb recoil is his best due course of action. And Marasquee is going to take the extreme speed, I predicted well, but I know that he's going to want a Draco, and I don't really have any use for Breloom anymore, sadly, and I'm going to recover as he misses the Draco meter, which is very unfortunate for him. But in the end, it really doesn't matter, actually. Well, actually, it did matter, because had he hit that Draco meteor, I would have lost. But because I skillfully avoided the Draco, I'm going to actually make a tie with Maverick Hunter X with which in tournament rules means I win because of the Life Orb perspective. I actually had a match exactly like that in real life Game Clocks tournament that I went to, and now we're gonna have a match very similar to the match I had with Elo. As you can see, 4 out of the 6 of his team are the same as Elo's. And yeah, this is when I was testing the team, and I began to notice pretty much straight away that Sun with Dugtrio is a tremendous weak point for my team. But I actually, you know, this team can actually deal with it. I just have to play perfectly well, which I never do. So that means Sun will have an advantage. And his Xatu and his Victini are just U-turning around, which is really smart since he has the Dugtrio and he has the Xatu to bounce the rocks. So the I don't know, the combination of Kingdra, Dugtrio, and Xatu means that I am very wary to get my rocks up, which is great for him. His Whimsicott was pretty much worthless. Definitely swap that out for a Venusaur. It'll do you much better, but I really like Xatu on a Sun team, and Xatu is going to pull out some sweet moves later. Ninetales is here, pretty much the same set as Elo's, I believe, with the Roar and the Flamethrower and the Leftovers bulkiness. Yeah, I'm just going to go for a bunch of Scalds. Definitely expecting Xatu to come in. I scalded Ninetales earlier because I thought Xatu would switch in immediately, but instead he went for the burn, which is fine. I don't want to magic bounce a Toxic onto myself, so that actually works out nicely. Now Kingdra's going to come out. This time I'm going to switch into Heatran to take the Draco Meteor really well. Definitely, well, actually that's a Life Orb Draco Meteor, so I can take that pretty well. Now this is an interesting move that I did. It would have benefited me a lot better to go for Stealth Rocks upon the very obvious Dugtrio switch in, because he has no spinner on his team. The only thing he has to negate Stealth Rocks is the Xatu switch in, which I was so afraid of that I didn't go for the Stealth Rocks. But the Dugtrio switch in was so obvious that I really should have gone for it, and it would have definitely been worth Heatran's life. But instead I'm going to double switch out, knowing that Dugtrio is going to come in and just kind of go from there. Now Ninetales is coming in. I'm just going to go for the sub-disable again, which this is actually pretty much why I didn't want to use disable in fighting Elo, because it really doesn't work out for me. Now I know it isn't really easy to compare it because it's Kingdra versus Ninetales, but still, he predicts the disable and I get hurt for it. Now he's going to Pain Split me a couple times, really doesn't matter, I have a Focus Sash. I'm going to die from any hit anyway. Victini's going to come in, I'm just going to go into Marsquee here, and Kingdra's going to come out, and I stay in actually and go for the Toxic. Don't know if I predicted that or not. Definitely looks like a brainy play on my part, but it is for naught, because he is going to crit me with the Earthquake, which actually kind of does matter, because Dugtrio has very pitiful attack, and I would have recovered off. But anyway, Breloom is in this his A, and I'm going to Sword Dance, feeling safe, feeling free, but Xatu's going to pull out the Heat Wave, which really impressed me. I really, really enjoyed fighting this guy. So I'm just going to revenge him nicely with Mulber the Gengar. Kingdra's going to come in. It is a Life Orb, so I'm just going to stall for some Life Orb damage, and, you know, if he, I don't know, I mean, he's got Hidden Power, probably Fire, and he's got Ice Beam, and I don't know, I'm just stalling for some Life Orb damage, and just going to switch into Heatran to get more Life Orb damage, kind of like the previous match. I'm kind of on the wrong foot, and I need to stall for Life Orb damage like the other guy. Now I'm going to go for Flamethrower here, which is a little unusual, maybe Earth. You know, Earth Power probably would have done about as much, because Stab plus Sun, but anyway, Alakazam is going to switch into a Hydro Pump, which is not going to be great for him. Victini, Scarf Victini, once again, this team struggles amazingly poorly with Scarf Victini, and he's just going to Bolt Strike my guys, get a crit out in the end, probably didn't matter. Here, this is going to be a display of a very rough, very laggy recording. Display of just a kind of a sand team I'm dabbling with. Now straight away, you'll notice this guy isn't very good. He's using Machamp and OU, which is pretty much a red flag, because Jellicent loves to play with Machamp all day, all night, all year, and yeah, I'm pretty much good for that. Now, his Skarmory is going to set up a bit, which is kind of a problem. I might want to add Forretress to this team. But Reuniclus doesn't mind the hazards, and I am going to go for the Trick Room, but he is going to roar, or not, Whirlwind is the same thing, really. I probably should have gone for Focus Blast. I knew in my head that the Whirlwind would come and that he would do it first, because Skarmory is faster than Reuniclus, but at this point I don't really care. He actually is going to Whirlwind me out as I lead seed into Bad Horse, which is a nickname I got from the Ninja Death Strike, the Empty Shank, and I'll leave his link in the description. He is in my top-rated sus, probably the toppest rated sus of all. But anyway, I got the nickname from him, and Bad Horse is, of course, from Dr. Horrible. And, yeah, Dugtrio, fuck you, buddy! Scarf Terrakion, fuck you, square in the ass. Dugtrio, no problem for this team, just Scarf close combat away. Now, his Rodent Wash surprisingly dies after Stealth Rock damage. Now, maybe I'm just not used to the power of Terrakion, but I definitely expected a bulkier Rotom than that. I mean, maybe in the comments you can tell me if bulky Rotom lives close combat from Terrakion, usually or not. It probably doesn't. But anyway, Machamp is in. Yeah, burn everything on his team. It's fine. This guy does have the Cursed Body. I need to swap that out for the Water Absorb, because this team actually has a triple Water and triple Grass weakness, which is really nasty. So this is a very rough sand team. Rough sandstorm, but anyway, I'm just gonna predict his switch out and go for the double Will-O-Wisp and recover in his face, and then he's gonna run like a little girl. But yeah, those are gonna be my Pokemon Showdown matches. Definitely give me some advice, because I'm trying to get better at this stupid OU metagame. And basically, if you don't use Weather, you're fucked. And I kind of want to use Ttar or Hippodown. I kind of like Hippodown more, because it isn't trapped by Dugtrio, but at the same time, Politoed can actually take it out with a Hydro Pump, or at least do a good 60% with Scald. So it's kind of I mean, maybe I should put Celebi on. Maybe I should put Forretress on. I'm thinking, I don't know, because I should probably use Scizor as well, but I want to use Forretress as well. It's kind of a weird thing. It's tough, really. I'm gonna mess around with that, try to make a really sturdy, good, usable Sand OU team that is first place material. So, you know, should I do another in real life tournament, I'll hopefully get second again, or first. So yeah, that's gonna be it, YouTube. If you enjoyed this video, comment, like, and subscribe, and all that bullshit, and I will see you later.